And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to our second half of the broadcast. Welcome back to the Rex April Madness Playoffs day number 1. We just wrapped up with our first 2 series and we had some crazy upsets. I mean, we had a more expected result when it comes to our initial series of Hero versus Down, but Rogue just caused a massive upset against Clem, and we'll see if upsets will be continuing here tonight. For now, though, we have another TBZ spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Persephone. We have the South Korean Terran player, the Red Terran, representing Team Falcons. It is Bunny. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have the South Korean Zerg player, the Blue Zerg, also representing Team Falcons. As they are teammates, it is Solar. And see, this is what I wanted out of Clem. Proxy 2-Rack Reaper. Sorry, just needs. No Reaper, sorry. Proxy 2-Racks here. Proxy 2-Racks out of Bunny. Let's go, Bobby. I mean, this is not quite what I wanted out of Clem. I wanted aggression. out of Clem. We didn't quite get it. Nowhere near as much. Here, this is maybe too much to the other side of things, where this is insanely aggressive, overly so. Going 2-Racks into the bunker rush. Now, this is not an all-in. Bear that in mind. This is not an all-in. This is aggressive nonetheless. Also, before I forget, predictions now open. Place your bets on who you think will take the series. Best of luck in the chat, as we do have a standard hatch gas pool opener out of Solar. He does not scout the proxy. He does not go further out. Meanwhile, again, it is only 2-Racks. The goal here is to force an overreaction out of your opponent, is to potentially get some drone damage as well, while Bunny transitions back at home. SVs move in. Bunker's going to be thrown down. Solar quick to pull the boys. The boys are here on the low ground. There we go. They do move down. Boys are here, and the goal for Solar is to make sure these bunkers don't get up and running, and make sure the Marines do not get close to said bunkers. Yeah, we'll chase them down. Chase down the buyout so far. Nice target firing, getting up to 1, getting 2, getting 3. Very nice target fire. Bunny, calm down. Oh my god, gets 3 drones. 3 drones do fall. From here, gets surrounded. Brutal pickoff. Nice round here by Solar. And Bunny, he only has two Marines. Only 2 Marines. Bunker is going to be... Oh, Bunker finishes, which means no salvage. That's going to be a kill on the bunker, and Solar holds. Solar, he does hold on. Bunny from here, falling back. And, I mean, we did get some damage, true. It was 3 drones. 3 drones went down. That is okay, but Bunny was hoping for more. He was hoping for a little bit more from that. As a result, we do see Solar. He will be taking a lead early on. Now going through his gases, droning up, saturating. Because the gases are so late, Bunny, he is safe. Like, Bunny is very... Oh, sorry. There we go. Bunny is very much so safe back at home. He is under no threat. But Solar can enjoy a greater economy. He can just drone up, he can saturate and take a 3rd base and settle into a longer game state. Likewise, Bunny going for his own CC on the high ground, also settling into his own standard game as well. Now, behind this is going for a 1-1-1. From here, we can go into potentially Banshee base play. There's potential. Rax is floating in, getting a scout off, and the Rax will confirm the lack of lair, lack of gases, lack of tech. As Bunny is double expanding, 3rd CC on the way. 3rd CC on the way. No tech lab, going Viking first. Most likely into Stim. Viking to hunt down those overlords. Solar does have that overlord here outside of the main.
Base is under attack.
Bunny floats over, taking his natural. We'll see where our players take us. Bunny is setting up. Likewise, interesting. So Viking opener into a medevac, into an early drop. Okay, that I was not expecting. So earlier drop here. Looking to be a Hellion drop even. Okay, Hellion drop out of Bunny. Very unorthodox. And in general, this game has been unorthodox with the initial proxy. So Hellion drop is moving out. Overlord did survive. Now Solar coming in for the scout. Lane does confirm. Solar's got a spore on the way. Hellion drop diving in. Does dive in, does not get into the mineral line. So far, so good. Solar defense. Solar, he defends, he deflects. Likewise, across the map, we do have our standard bio follow-up into 3-1-1. Sim into combat shields. Hellions, they go back into the main base, so the medevac takes a lot of hits, takes a lot of damage. Has to get the hell out of here. Solar defense. Solar, he defends well. As Solar, he's going for his early lair. So lair opener into a Baneling Nest, into Baneling Speed, into delayed 1-1 upgrades. But overall should just be Ling Bane. As Solar's droning. Here come the W chambers again. The upgrades are delayed here for Solar. They are intentionally delayed. In favor of the faster Baneling Speed. As Baneling Speed has begun. Likewise, Bunny claiming his third. And despite having a very chaotic and very intense early game, we can calm things down and get into a more standard mid game. Oh, the intercept. Nice pickup. Medevac goes down. Full medevac as well. Solar embracing his Ling Bane. Ling Bane into fast infestation bit. This should be Ling Bane into ultra. So greedy follow up here from Solar. Very greedy. But again, aggression is limited here at the moment because of the openers. And saying that, Bunny, he does go for a bit of an earlier move out, but this move out is interesting to say the least. There's one tank, there's one Hellion, a couple of Marines, 2 medevacs. Not the largest of move outs, but it is early. So far does get a couple of tumors. Again, the army is quite small, he has to be so careful. There's the on siege. Just going for the drop. Drop into the main. Meanwhile, Solar, he's getting up to 4 base saturation, now getting a 5th expansion on the right hand side. The hive is almost done. Now, this drop here from Bunny will actually scout the hive timing. So, big moment here for Bunny. Scouts the hive, takes down the queen. Force a pick up. Pick up, force to pull away. This Bunny's just being so active with so little. Achieving quite a bit with it. Yeah, achieving quite a bit. Bunny pushing on the right hand side. I don't think he can kill the 5th base, but he can threaten. Shaves off some HP. If this is a double drop, then maybe, but only single drop. This Bunny perks in. Base down to almost half HP. There's that Ultra Cavern again. It was a rush into Hive, so rush into Ultras. And Bunny's not ready for this. Bunny, he only has Bio Tank at the moment. He's got a couple of Marauder sprinkled in. He has no Liberators. He has no Ghost production. Now, Bunny, he did scout the Hive, so he knows that something is wrong. And there's a very high chance that, I mean, if you're seeing a fast Hive, it's most likely fast Ultras. So even though Bunny hasn't confirmed the tech itself, he more or less should know what's happening. Ramai gets a tank. And again, the pressure's on Bunny to break Solar before Ultra Tech. Meanwhile, 2 Ultras on the way, kind of splitting as well. Bunny, he's moving out. So far, Bunny not getting caught on siege. By setting up. I believe 2 Ultras have arrived. 2 Ultras, that is not enough. Bunny does confirm those two ultras. They do move out ahead of time. Lightning clouds here on one of the tanks. Nice spread here from Bunny. Yeah, he does kite back. And Banelings don't really find any connections. They shut down the ultras. Bunny forcing his way forward. Takes down one of the ultras, but he will lose his tanks. Bunny backs off. Again, barely not enough. It was an awkward fight. He pulls away. Still no Ghost Academy. Still stuck on Marine Marauder tank. And Solar defense. He defends, he holds on. We got 5 ultras on the way. There is that one Viper as well. The one lone Viper gathering energy. Likewise, now it's Solar's turn. He is being aggressive. He's at the 5, soon to be 6 ultras. Now moving in, nice lightning clouds. Solar, he will break through. They're racing past the army. Trying to collapse on the mineral, trying to collapse on the bio. Means they some bathing to the face, but for the most part, nice defense. Forces back the army. Doesn't quite get on top of the ultras. Quite. And again, Bunny, he's on his he's pretty all in at this point. Like, he's pretty all in. He has to commit. Remember, there's still no Ghost Academy. But he's pushing on to creep into all these ultras. He has to try to end it. That's coming for the flank. And Solar, he will solo this up. He will shut down the tanks. He shuts down the bio army as well. Who needs spellcasters? Who needs fungals? Oh my god. Bailey's connecting. And Solar, he's done it. At this point, he has done it. He has broken the back of Bunny. Fungal pops off. Massive connection. The fungal spot. He's crazy. And Bunny just cannot keep up. He's been outscaled. Solar rushing into the hive and rushing into ultras. It was worth it. It was a risky maneuver. And there was definitely windows of opportunity where Bunny could be more assertive and could have tried to have broken Solar early on. In the end, Solar, he's here. He's made it to another remaxed army. And Parabomb going up. Ultra's catching another tank. And again, Bunny, he just doesn't really have much of an army to work with. Like, at this point, he's running on fumes. He's huffing that copia, baby. As Bane rolls in, takes down the final tank line, chasing down the bio army, peeling up into the mineral line, going for SCVs. SCVs are going down. And GG gets called. Bunny, he is broken. He just has no momentum left. And Solar will take game number 1. Whew. GG. Solar will take lead in the series. Again, Bunny had a very aggressive start to the game, going for the proxy 2 racks, followed by the Hellion drop as well. The Hellion drop didn't really do much damage. We spoke about it at the time, but alas, the 4th base was more delayed. The 5th base as well, going to Bunny's setup. I was not quite able to recover from that. GG. GG well played. Again, Solar, he was also being very greedy. As a reminder, he did rush into a very fast engagement, rushing into fast ultras as well. Bunny, he did scout the hive, but it does look like he wasn't fully aware of what that entailed. GG. GG well played. With that, we're getting into our next game. We're going to be loading into Whispers of Gold. Let's go. Whispers of Gold, of course, being the smallest map in the tournament map pool, known for being the rush map. Or I say the smallest map, technically I think Arrowhome might be smaller. I'm on the fence. I'm on the fence about Arrowhome and Whistles of Gold. Regardless, rush map. I don't see Bunny proxying again, but I don't think he needs to be aggressive. We go. As spawning in the top left-hand corner of Wizards of Gold, we have the South Korean Terran player, the Blue Terran, representing Team Falcons. Down in the series, we'll see if he can bounce back and tie things up and make a series out of this. It is Bunny. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have as opponent, we have the South Korean Zerg player, also representing Team Falcons. It is Solar. So we're getting into game number 2. This time no proxy. This time the Rax is back at home. This time there is no cheese out of Bunny. We can see Solar scatting for proxies with the Overlord. I do not blame him, especially after game 1. But as we can see, Bunny's he's keeping it close to the chest this time. He is an animal. He is a bunny, but no proxies. Now, we do expect aggression out of Bunny, not quite the same form. I mean, again, like game 1 was just a really awkward game because of the failed proxy 2 racks. It just led into a really awkward game state, and it was difficult to read and difficult to judge. Meanwhile, here, we do have the opportunity for Bunny to go for a more standard aggressive build. I'm referring to going for a 1-1-1 or a straight up 2-1-1. I do expect one of the two coming into Wizards of Gold. I do expect aggression out of Bunny. And we'll see if Solar can keep up. We go. And now the Initial Reapers on the way. SV Scout as well to confirm what's going on. To potentially delay the CC or delay the expansion. Solar's Triangle third base is going to be delayed, so instead does fan out 2 drones. We'll take the linear third instead. You're taking the linear third base. Bunny behind this going for the factory, and again we're waiting to see, do we throw down the second racks, do we throw down the CC or the starport? Let's see. Pulls away. Oh, we have confirmation that he is going for a greedy economic build. Third command center here from Bunny. Now I'm still leaning towards potentially even 3 CC 2-1-1. That is still on the table here for our Terran player, but outside of that, it is going to be an economic build. Yep, there it is, 3 CC 2-1-1. So second Rax is on the way. We saw this we did see this once out of Clem previously, and Bunny is very fond of this build as well. We saw this out of Clem on Wizards of Gold, if you recall. Did see it on Whispers. I was seeing, sorry, not Whispers, on Amigla from Clem, if you recall. Meanwhile, we're seeing it here on Whispers out of Bunny. Now, this is a later timing, so this does mean that Solar has more time to himself to drone, to saturate, to secure his bases. Here, Bunny, he will be hitting a later stim timing with later medevacs. And again, cutting Hellion production early on at 4. So only 4 Hellions. Here comes the add-on swap. It's going to be only 4 Hellions. Now, if Solar were to recognize what was going on, he is free to drone up quite heavily for the next minute. And we'll see if Solar opens roaches. We have yet to throw down tech yet. It could be Fast Lair, could be Bailey Nest, could be Roach Warren. We'll see how safe Solar wants to play. Just keeping up with the Hellions. Just keeping up, no major damage. Likewise, there's the add-on swap. Stim is on the way. This is going to be Lair first out of Solar. Okay, so we have confirmation. Lair first, most likely into a Baneling Nest. Yep, there it is, Baneling Nest on the way. The way this works here is that the Lair is going to be in line with Baneling speed, or with the completion of the nest to get into Baneling speed. And we'll see what Bunny can get done. Here comes the double drop. Again, the whole purpose of the build leads into this moment. Going to be 14 Marines, getting up to 16. So 16 Marine double medevac drop. Zooming across the map. Hellions might be struggling, but alas, the Mass Marine will help with that. And Solar should have been making Lings. We do have some Lings on the way. Still not going to be an easy hold though. Easy keeping up. Ooh, meanwhile, that's a kill. That's a kill, not a cancel. That should not have happened. Solar, see by the wheel. As that was a massive pickoff. Bunny now dropping into the main. Dropping into the main base, catching one of the overlords. Solar, he just cannot quite engage with the banelings. Force back the army. Let's force him back. Bunny pulling away. I mean, Bunny already got what he wanted, right? He was able to deny the fourth and get a kill. That is the most that he would have hoped for. Now we have reinforcements on the way. Fourth command center as well. And we'll see if Bunny can pull that off for a second time. Can he kill the expansion? Solar's in trouble. I mean, this is very momentum based, and to lose the first fourth is brutal. So Solar, he has less economy, has less larva. As the base is denied. Solar, like, oh god, no! Ooh, Bailey's saying rush in! And they catch the middle line, 15, 16 SCVs going down, and just like that, in one fell swoop, Solar, he denies the fourth base, he does force a cancel, gets into the mineral line. Oh, and this is getting out of hand. 19 SCV kills, gets a full surround on one of the E-base. He will not deny +1, but he will delay +2. The surround is brutal, and does he get the kill? Ooh, he does not. Clutch repair. Clutch repair is out of Bunny. Does save his E-base. Starting up +2. And even though Solar may have lost his expansion twice at this point, it was worth it. At this point, it has been worth it here. Dealt so much damage across the map, slowing down Bunny. And now there's a lower chance that Bunny actually denies the backup fourth. Going to this base here. Linear fourth base. Control's taken. Bunny does scan. He's aware. They're just buying time. Ooh, Solar going for a counterattack. This is a bold move. Solar, he does not have much to defend back at home. Solar, he's committing. Bunny rotates around. Solar once again looking to collapse in. Doesn't actually go for it though. Again, this base is exposed. There's potential here for Solar, but he pulls away with his Link Bane. This expansion is going to go down. Solar, he will lose another fourth. Solar now in a rough position. He backs up, he retreats. So far, so good. He's moving forward. Wesley Main does spot this. We do see a massive rotation here from Bunny, using most of all of his army. Bunny moving in. Both armies are maxing out. Bunny essentially 3 base all in, but he does have a CC on the way. Oh, Solo forced to engage. Brutal pig off, so Balins they go down. Solo bleeding out a lot of links. Things they do catch a tank. Goes down. Balins they attempt to get into the mineral line, not quite able to. Oh, good. One Bailey connects. Getting 9 SCVs. But the command center is done. Bunny is so close to breaking Solar. So close. Small Lane Bane rolling into the mineral line. Doesn't quite get in though. Better defense. Much better here by Bunny. Bunny he defends well. Ultras they have now arrived. It's going to be decently upgraded Ultras. Solly attempts another run by. This time there's plenty to defend. Ultra moves out. Ultra does spot the army. Force everything back. Not too convinced by Solar. Yeah, he just cannot break through this. He's hoping to catch Bunny out of position or off guard. Not like this. As Bunny's moving forward, takes down the Viper. And I don't see Solar surviving this. Solar's got a couple of Ultras, and sure, there are no ghosts, but it may not matter. Yeah, Liberation is solid. The base goes down, knocking down the 4th. I should say the 5th. Solar down to 4 bases. And Solar, he's waiting and he's hoping the Bunny overextends. Let's get behind the mineral line. Oof. It does go down. I mean, the armies are still maxed. This can still go either way, but Bunny does have a massive advantage. Right now, as I mentioned before, Solar is hoping that Bunny overextends. He's hoping, he wants to see like a big on siege, and he wants to see Bunny push onto creep. Would be best case scenario here for Solar. He attempts another run by. Oof. It's the run by is denied. Tank is saved. Oh. That's one. Ghost Academy is now done. Just slaying the push, picking off a free tank. And Solar, he is holding on. But really what Solar is hoping for, what he's waiting for, is one big fight. One big fight in his favor. Again, Blinding Clouds would be crucial in that. The flank as well. Speaking of, there is a planetary, but only a planetary. Nice surround. Solar shuts down a portion of the army. Likewise, making his way to the mineral line. This planetary should fall. Oh my god. What a mess. He's so close. Oh, the Balins, they will. Oh, they will. They will catch up. That's going to be 13 SCV kills. And a kill on the planetary. Bearing in mind that mules, I'm sorry, the orbitals that can just float over. Likewise, Bunny does snipe another base. Dying the 5th. Base is being denied left and right. Bunny's on 45 SCVs. Very low SCV count for Bunny. Just relying on mules. This Bunny's slowly pushing forward with his Venn diagram here of, of Liberators, of tanks. Again, Solar's been Bunny's been so careful when it comes to how he engages. Another run by moving in. The ultra counter attack. Getting more SCVs. Solar, he has to respond. That's going to be another expansion going down. Oof. Yeah, late response here by Solar. The ultra does take down 2 tanks. 2 tanks, that was 11 drones going down. What did I say? 11 0! Losing up to 21. And Bunny's done it. Bunny's finally done it against Slow and Steady, wins the race. Again, just so patient with his movement, with his rotation. Landing clouds on the tanks, the ultras are exposed. And Bunny, he will take this. He will tie up with the series. As they stand every single ultra, GG gets called, and Bunny ties up the series 1-1. Whew. GG. Oh my god, we do have a back and forth. We have a series. As again, Bunny, he went for a more aggressive start here, and he was able to just get the ball rolling and never quite stopped. Solar, he did have some successful run-bys and counterattacks, but it feels like every time he was going for one, we did see his opponent, we did see Bunny take down bases or take down mineral lines. Alas, the run-bys were not able to equalize. Or they weren't enough to give a solid lead he was hoping for. And with that, GG. With that, GG well played. We're going all the way to game 3. We're tied up 1-1. Tied up. Getting into that 3rd game. Let's go. And again, those sorts of builds, those ARAXs, the hyper aggression here from the side of the Terran just hits so different and so hard, almost was a gold. Solar just could not keep up. Again, that's why some of these smaller maps are more favored towards more aggressive Terran players. But now we load into a much more quirky map. As spawning in the top right hand corner of Sandworm, we have our South Korean Terran player tying up the series 1-1. It is Bunny. And spawning in the bottom left hand corner, we have the South Korean Zerg player, the Red Zerg, also for Team Falcons. It is Solar. So just stretching. Here we go, but yes, we're getting into game number 3, and we'll see if Bunny can keep this going, if he can keep up the momentum as we load into a much larger map. Welcome one and all to Sandworm. I say larger, it's still on the smaller side of things, but larger compared to Whispers of Gold, but I guess everything is larger compared to Whispers. So the rushes by ground, it can be a little bit more unorthodox, thanks to the pillars in the center, thanks to the dragon's teeth, if you will. They do make some of these move outs and assaults a little bit more awkward. Meanwhile, go bases are more accessible on this map. And we have seen some Terran players successfully expand and take the gold early on as a 3rd or even as a 4th base. That is going to be a factor, of course. Likewise, Solar back at home going for a standard hatch gas pool. We'll see if he does eventually indulge in the gold. Now, in general, as we get into this, we do expect Bunny to be aggressive. Game 1, we saw Proxy 2x Marine into Bunker Rush. Game 2, we saw a 3-base all-in. Eventually transition into a 4th base, which is hyper aggression out of Bunny. And I'm leaning towards that here as well, leaning towards potentially even aggression with the go bases to support it. Otherwise, hatch gas pool, standard openers, Solo going for his own 3rd. Everything so far looking normal. Here we go. We have Bunny back at home going for his factory. Reaper moves out, dances with the Lings, and shouldn't get much done here as Reaper is deflected. Didn't get much done. This I was not expecting. Bunny going for a third CC, that is true, but a third CC on location. Okay, fair enough. So we go from these more aggressive builds so far in this series to Insane Greed. Insane Greed out of Bunny. Reaper pokes in, does dip away. It is going to be 3CC2 on 1, so this is a similar build to what we saw last game. If you remember, last game was 3CC2 on 1, that is true, but with a more reserved location for the third. This time a lot more cavalier, this time out in the open. And Solo does open Roach. Now, we expected Roach openers on Whispers of Gold in the last game. We didn't get it. The reason why we expect Roach-based play on some of these smaller maps is because it's just a very easy way to be defensive. It's just a very defensive play style. Gives you early Roaches, gives you early Ravagers, and that is an answer to early game tank pushes. And it's also a very tanky army as well. It has a lot of HP. So often a very safe way to play. Now, Solar, he did cut corners, he did choose to skip them and avoid them on Whistles of Gold, and it feels like he was punished for that. Here on Sandworm, Solar doesn't take any chances. So we'll have access to those Roaches. Where's eBay just now finishing up. Hellions, they threaten to dive into the mineral line. So far, Solar, he shuts down the Hellions, gets one. But remember, it's not about the Hellions, it is about the follow-up, it's about the stim timing. Stim is on the way. Again, 2-1-1 setup here in the main base of Bunny. Send down the Overlords. Does catch one. Solar never got eyes on too much that's going on. As Roaches are revealed, Bunny is aware. Now, it's not too many Roaches, as we can see here, only 6. Only 6 Roaches were made, and they can trade well against the Hellions, they can threaten them, they can pick them off, but this is not really enough to threaten the expansion and to threaten the mineral lines here of Bunny. He should be safe. Likewise, Lair Opener out of Solar. Going for +1 Carapace, interesting. It is not uncommon to see Roach openers into Fast Hive, into Roach Ultra. So I'm leaning towards that here. As Bunny, he unloads, he's locked and loaded, he's ready for what? Ready to deny a base, the base that isn't there. There's no fourth. Bunny dips in, confirms no expansion, takes down the Overlord. Where's the base? The base is being taken as the gold. Gold is on the horizon. Bunny stimming in. Doesn't break through. Does not break through. It's blow away. Does pull away. Behind this, getting into his own bio production, his own 3-1-1. So far, Bunny, he does get some tumors, but no major damage. No major damage. This time he does not deny these expansions. Threatens to drop into the main, but alas, Solar's ready for it. Solar, so far, he's ready. He defends, he deflects. He's building up more Roaches. Now, this Roach composition doesn't really scale well into a longer game. That is a concern, that we're going to be stuck on Roaches. This is why we expected to see an earlier infestation pit, which hasn't happened yet. Solar, he has the boosted economy thanks to the gold. And likewise moving out. Nice stim in, nice tank shots. A good position here from Bunny. Again, making use of the terrain. Alas, the army does come from behind. We get a full surround, and Solar, he just swallows up the army, takes down the tanks. Again, you can see just how well Roach Ravager can trade this early on. And what do we have? We have 12 more Roaches on the way. Solar, he doesn't fully saturate. He's going to be stuck at 70 workers, or stuck on 70 workers. He has the boosted economy, and it's just going for the all-in. Solar, nothing here. Solar does move his way forward. Boys are being pulled. And this is becoming crippling damage. Clouds don't quite connect. They do towards the end. And again, even though Bunny, he did have a decent start to the game. Despite that, he was not able to really prepare or even scout at the initial all-in. Just a pure Roach Ravager. Link speed now has begun. So now getting to link speed. Now getting to +2. Yes, but he's trying to hold on. Solar, he's maxed. Jesus, he's maxed out. He's maxed out a Roach Ravager. Yeah, +2 range on the way. But he's trying to hold on. And we did have a crazy comeback earlier between Zan and Hero. Not wrong. But that is a lot to ask here. Solar does step forward. So the Roaches, Clouds, they almost got the tank. There we go. First tank goes down. First tank is full. Overseer has vision. Clouds on the tank. The other tank does go down as well. And GG gets called. Solar snowballs out of control. And Solar takes a 2-1 lead. GG. GG, well played. Solar, who will take a lead. Again, Solar, he was able to be quite safe, quite defensive early on. Then, of course, he got into his goal base. He was able to cut workers at 70, at around 70 workers, and just committed into Ling Roach Ravager. He was able to break Bunny, able to overwhelm. And now Bunny is up against the wall. He's up against the ropes. One more win, and Solar will claim the series. And one more game is all he needs. And we'll see if he can get there. See if he can get there. As we have game 4. Game 4 is going to be on Arrowhome. Interesting. What is with all these small maps? What? Ay. Again, I wasn't too familiar. I mean, I wasn't able to get eyes on the veto process. But yeah, we're going to be letting into Arrowhome. Again, Arrowhome is the smallest, or I'd say the smallest. Again, it's small comparable to Whistles of Gold. Very small map, known for all-ins, known for rushes, known for aggression. And this is where a player like Bunny can thrive. And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Arrowhome, we have our South Korean Terran player, the Blue Terran, down in the series. The pressure is on. He has to fight back here and now to force the ace match. It is Bunny. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the South Korean Zerg player, the Red Zerg for Team Falcons. It is Solar. We go. Again, just very safe play last game out of Solar, and of course that safetiness, that defensive style was turned into aggression once Solar was able to claim that gold. The gold was a big factor there to allow Solar to get away with a lower drone count and of course with a larger army. But alas, no gold bases here. Not here, not on Arrowhome. Again, the rush distance by ground is very short on this map, it's very short. As a result, aggression is favored here. We often do see a lot of all-ins, a lot of aggressive styles on Arrowhome. So our eyes are on Bunny. Likewise, we expect Roaches again. Like, we expect Roaches out of Solar. That would make the most sense. As it can be quite difficult to defend without Roaches on a map like Arrowhome. Oh boy. CSV is moving out. So far, standard opener. We did see Bunny pop off in game 1 with the proxies, but we don't expect that again in the series. Like, no shots. Even more committed variations of it with more Raxes. It's not for the near future. LCC on the way for Bunny. Bunny looking for a way in. This Bunny does peel off one Reaper. Does not quite chase the drone. Quite dancing with the army, going for the drone, and oh my god, barely doesn't get it. Flash mutes there, out of Solar. Reaper backs in, and behind this, do we go for the 1-1-1? Do we go for the 2-1-1? What's it gonna be? Third command center. Third command center, economic build here by Bunny. So it's leading to a second Rax. But no, 3CC 1-1-1. The most stock standard build you can go for, and I believe for the first time this series. First time this series. So Bunny's being active. Giving High's just waiting for his production to really kick in. He's trying to. From here, Solar, we have yet to throw down our take of choice. The longer this goes on, the higher chance this is of just being Ling Bane, not Roach Ravager. Oh god. As we may have lost someone, hopefully everything's okay, as it looks like we have one of our casters lagging out. What? Warning! Por favor. Por favor. Thankfully this latency is happening during a lull period. Like there's nothing happening, like right, there's no big engage. Oh, pause. There's a pause. But there's no big engage happening. Oh. Game resumed. There we go. As the game does resume. But hopefully everything's okay when it comes to the Internet of Wardy, when it comes to the connection. And I'm sure you can join us for the rest of the series as long as like I don't know if there's like a blackout happening, things that can happen at times. It's happened to us before, true. We have a caster down, true. So Hellions are looking for another way in. So far, Solar is keeping up with the rotations. Solar, at this point, he is not going for roaches. He is going for a lair first into Ling Bane. Okay. Done with the roaches, at least for now. One is still poking, still prodding. Solar is keeping up. As Banshees, they do dip in between the bases. They come in from behind. They do distract the Queens for a moment. Queens are distracted. Hellions, they don't quite get in. Banshees are deflected. How many Queens do we have? 8. 8 Queens to defend. That is enough. Bunny is going to be zoned away. And so far, Solar's doing a great job here, just deflecting and defending, maintaining his 4 bases, now into double Evo chambers, double upgrades, into proper Ling Bane. Bunny, he has yet to really hit his final, or really hit his stride. He's been poking in with Banshees and Hellions, but nothing more than that. Not yet. Bunny is working towards stim, 1-1 upgrades, building up his tank counts, and will soon move out. Yeah, that should be the next minute. Ooh, as is a cancel. Nice cancellation. Solar stuck on 4 bases. They're trying to keep up. Likewise, Bunny going for a split push. Let's go. We have Hellions towards the top side. We have the Bio Army towards the south. Solar is somewhat in position. we do get another cancel. Another cancellation. As that happens, Lings, they just go straight down mid. They do deny the factory. Catching reinforcements. SCV's under fire, and Bunny's out of position, is racing back home. Now, not too many SCV kills, but does deny mining time. Mining time is denied. Factory was cancelled. So it's just buying time for more Ling Bane. Bunny does have a lot to work with. That does have a lot. As Bunny is moving in. Time to move forward once again. Solo going for another run, but this time Bunny's ready for it. Oh, this time Solo gets shut down. Run by nowhere near as successful. Solo sitting in for the surround. Likewise, Bunny going for the Doom Drop. It picks up. Loads all jump with the Minivax. Boost into the main. Onto the Spore. Solo forced to respond. Did make a lot of Hydras. One does defend. Solo still attempting to stabilize. So 5 bases. Still not saturated. Working on that saturation. Keeping up with the drops so far. Bunny is expanding. Again, not going for the all-in. That's Bunny. He does consolidate his forces. Both armies about to max out. Both armies are maxing. Bunny has a lot of potential with this army. He's got how many tanks? He's got 6. 6 tanks, denying creep, pushing forward. Solo collapsing, the army coming in from behind, trying to get on top of the tanks, but again, there's layers here to this push from Bunny. Okay, they crash in, they shut down a portion so far, and they force a pickup. Bunny's still maintaining his army, still maintaining these tanks. It's a better trade here for Solar. Solar, he's on 90 drones. Jesus, 90 drones. That's a lot of drones. Solar picks up another tank. Another tank goes down. 3-3 starting up here for Bunny. Bunny's still just rallying right down mid. Again, that fight earlier did go the way of Solar, but alas, there's still so many more tanks left over. Bunny can still keep this up. Still moving forward. Moving in. Solar trying to keep up. Lurkers are now coming into play. Oof, brutal connections. The locking count, it's building up. Likewise, Bunny dying some mining time. Getting 2 drones, nothing major. Oof, that's Queen's overextend. Massive big guts. He gets 1, he gets 2, he gets 3. Oh my god, just barely 2. Queens go down, and Nidus is on the way to make use of these lurkers across the map. The Nidus. He's just maintaining map control, taking more bases. Just setting up a ring of turrets here in the center. I mean, this is a brutal position. Nice abductions. Takes down 2 tanks. And so far, Bunny just cannot expand. He's contained on 4 bases. This is better for the Terran. Catching on some of the ghosts. Ghost could be going down. Why is Bunny getting caught out? Has to pull away. Nidus is complete. Nothing out of the Nidus yet. There we go. Going for Lurker Harass. There's not much time to defend. There's just a tower. You know, Solar catching out 2 more tanks. Takes down the tanks, takes down the Liberators. At the same time, Lurkers are within range and not stopping. There is no lift, but they will pull away. As Bunny's just being torn apart. Left and right, CC goes down. He's still holding on. Still can take a fight, but the problem here is just he's contained. He's contained. Moving out is not as easy of an option. Another 2 tanks full. Likewise, Nidus into the main. Bunny, he does notice. Oh. Does notice, does boost into the main base. The Nidus will complete. Uh-oh. Nidus does finish. Lurkers, they pop out. And this was an underreaction here by Bunny. Yeah, Bunny did not take this seriously enough. And with that, we do have control of the main. Yeah, Lurkers just going for the mineral line. The main Hydra lunging forward. Nice Lightning Cloud. Bunny's keeping up. Let's keep up on the front lines. Not too many Lurkers here, but now just going behind the mineral line. Some of the upgrades. So they're going to be cleaned up. Solar he rotates back around. So far, 13 SCV kills. Solar does make his way up the ramp, getting another tank. It's not a tank. He does not trade well against the Ghost, though. But this entire time, the Lings, they peel off into the middle line. 22 SCVs. All the workers, back. All the workers. And eventually Bunny has a counterattack. Eventually, Nidus back into the main. Looks like he's going to be dealt with. Now looking to move out. So we're going for another Nidus. Solar's remaxed. And here where Solar, he has the better economy. Meanwhile, Bunny, he has the more efficient army. He's got how many ghosts? He's got 15. He's got 15 ghosts. Alongside tanks, liberators. Again, looking very defendable, very secure. Yes, Bunny's just trying to stabilize, just trying to hunker down on his 4 bases. I cannot expand. Can't even think about expanding. Happen. Another base is going down. Last Solar out of position. The base falls. Oh, jeez. Star's full. Keep building up more upgrades. It's not going to be pretty seeing this Zerg army just run into the siege line and rush into these ghosts, but it might just be the play. This Bunny's still not remaxed. Just pick up. As we get into this, a big shout out to Peanut Butter Jesus in the chat. God, Bobby God, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the 4 gifted subs. Sorry, for the 4 subs. for the full month subscribed to the community. As you can tell, I'm a little bit sleep deprived. We were live earlier today, of course, with the Big Store Monday. And then we had like a 4-hour ladder session, and now we're back with the Rex April Madness. So the fatigue is setting in a little bit. It's true. We're keeping up there. We're keeping up. We'll do our best. Soul's rolling in. We get an EMP. Fungal to pop up. And a brutal fight here. Tanks are going down. Banelings, they do head towards the mineral lines. Actually, they chase down the Ghost. Ghost, they try to get away, but brutal connections. And these are losses that Bunny cannot afford. Solar can. Against Solar, he's had map control the entire time. Solar, he can just back off and rebuild or remax. Nice snipe on the Vipers. But Solar, he does instantly remax it with Lingbane Hydra. He's down to one Viper and one Infestor. I'll say that Solar, he didn't rebuild any spell caches when it comes to his remax. Nice snipes. Solar, here he comes. Here comes round 2. Solar's had enough defending, had enough posturing. Takes down the lib. Yo, thank you so much to King TQD in the chat. God, happy once again to the gifted sub to the community. Thank you, thank you. Do appreciate it. Do appreciate it. Always. Using the support. Solar lunging forward. Just catching up the main army. Catching up another tank. And again, Bunny's on his last legs here. One more loss and he's out of the tournament. Nice snipes here on the Hydras. A lot of snipes do pop up. But the Lings overwhelm. It takes down what, 1, 2, 3 goes for the tank as well. And GG gets called. Just too many losses. Solar, he will claim the series 3-1. Advancing on to the semi-finals. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Congratulations here to Solar. Again, Solar, he was able to very quickly gain map control here. Bunny unable to really break through. Oh. Bunny unable to break through, unable to get any critical damage. He did have a really nice setup in the center of the map, that is true. But the problem with Bunny's setup in the center was that he was not threatening any bases. He was not threatening, or never really threatening, the 4th or the 5th or the 6th expansion of his opponent. So sure, he was able to fortify that center base, or sorry, that center area. Didn't really matter in the end. And we saw that Solar, he was able to freely expand, drone up, tech up into Hive Tech, tech up into Lurkers, and alas, in the end, Bunny was contained. GG, well played. And with that, we are getting ready here for our final series of the broadcast. We have a PvP between Max Packs and Classic. Let's go. Let us go. We have our PvP. We'll need a moment here to set that up. So, Avita's on the way, so just catching up in the chat. Just catching up. Bom dia. So SS will be the hero that Protoss needs. Ah, true. SOS. But we are going on a short break. Oh. Okay, never mind. No short break. Veto's already done, and we are getting into our next series. We're getting into our next matchup here. Just for transparency's sake, this is going to be... Just for transparency's sake, this is going to be a replay cast. So it looks like Max and Classic, they did have to play their matches out ahead of time. Looks like they were not available to play out their matches live, and Rexy was gracious enough to allow that to occur. So up next is Max versus Classic, and we are getting ready for game number 1. Let's go. Let us go. Getting ready. We go. But again, for those that are unaware, let's switch things over. Let's catch up with the bracket as well. We have already our 3 initial matches concluding. We have a Hero taking down Zound, we have a Rogue taking down Clem, we have a Sola taking down Bunny, and now we have one final series remaining here at Max and Classic. They're facing off in a best of 5. Here we go.